Hello, everybody. It's your daily report with Angry Tim, and we got more retail news. We got the retail apocalypse continuing into 2025. This year, we see about 15,000 more stores could be closing this year. This is coming out of CNBC. Store closures in the US last year hit the highest level since the pandemic, and even more locations are expected to shutter this year as shoppers' dollars increasingly go to a few industry winners, according to an analysis by Coresight Research. Major retailers, including Party City and Macy's, closed 7,325 stores in 2024. According to the Retail Advisory Group's data, that's the sharpest jump since retailers in the US shuttered almost 10,000 stores in 2020, the year when the pandemic began. So far this year in 2025, closures continue to climb. Retailers have already announced 1,924 store closures so far in 2025, and that was only as of January 10th. The five retailers that have announced the most closures this year are Party City, Big Lots, Walgreens, Boots Alliance, 7-Eleven, and Macy's, respectively. The retail advisory firm projects that retailers will close about 15,000 stores this year as some legacy brands shrink and file for bankruptcy protection, or liquidating companies shutter locations. The striking numbers reflect the stark divide between retailers that are gaining market share and those that have lost ground. Amazon, Costco, and Walmart have gotten bigger as shoppers seek value and convenience. On the other hand, some smaller chains and specialty retailers have struggled to keep doors open or been forced to downsize. A spike in bankruptcies contributed to a high number of closures in 2024, according to Coresight's data. There were 51 retail bankruptcies in 2024, up from 25 in 2023. Some of those, such as Party City, have most of their closings taking place in 2025. Consumer spending has stayed strong, but a larger share of the dollars has gone to fewer retailers. Holiday sales increased 4% year over year to $994.1 billion for November 1st through December 31st. According to the National Retail Federation, the industry's major trade group, that totally excludes auto dealers, gas stations, and restaurants. That's about in line with pre-pandemic holiday spending, which rose an average of 3.6% from 2010 to 2019. The number of jobs in the industry also did not appear to fall despite the closures. Employment in the retail trade changed little last year after the industry added about 10,000 jobs per month in 2023. If you believe that, they always revise. So again, take that with a grain of salt. When we get the new numbers, we'll see how much of this was not correct. Specialty retailers in particular have struggled. In December, the Container Store filed for bankruptcy protection. Big Lots' new owner is in the middle of an effort to keep some stores open after the discount retailer said in December that it would start going out of business sales across the stores. Fabrics and craft retailer Joann filed for bankruptcy protection earlier this month for the second time in a year. But it wasn't just specialty stores. Last year, the highest number of closures came from Dollar Tree-owned Family Dollar, CVS Health, Conn's, Rue 21, and Big Lots, respectively. Conn's, a home goods and furniture retailer, and Rue 21, a teen apparel retailer, closed all stores after the parent company filed for bankruptcy protection in 2024. John Mercer, Coresight's head of global research, said competitive threats, not a decline in demand, is to blame for all the closures. Demand may be strong among consumers, but where is some of that increased demand going and where is it being channeled to, he said. Mercer said the retailers that are shutting stores tend to fall into three categories. They are closing all locations as part of a liquidation, such as Party City, shutting down many of their stores after a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing, such as the Container Store, or trimming back their footprint as they adapt to fast-changing consumer preferences, such as drugstores, Walgreens, and CVS, and legacy department store Macy's. Macy's, for example, is in the middle of closing about 150 of its namesake stores across the country by early 2027. The department store operator has been shuttering roughly 50 of those per year since it made the announcement in early 2024. It is opening a limited number of shops that are smaller off-mall versions of its namesake store and new locations of its better performing brands, Bloomingdale's and beauty chain Blue Mercury. So we're going to see a lot more store closures this year, possibly more than last year. But they say it's not because people are spending less. They're just spending money at fewer stores and they aren't going to those other ones like Family Dollar, CVS Health, Rue 21, Big Lots, Party City. Those stores are just, I guess they're not interesting or they're not competitive or whatever it is, but people aren't shopping there anymore. And even Joann's, the craft store. So maybe people aren't doing arts and crafts or selling things on Etsy anymore. But I'll let you know. There's going to be more info on this, I'm sure. And then we'll find out what the real employment rate was during the whole Biden administration soon, because I'm pretty sure a lot of those numbers will have to be revised down. That's all I have for today. Your friend, Angry Tim.